We have here the new 2021 Kia K5. Gone is the old Optima name and now in with the new K5 naming convention for the US market. While the South Korean market has been using the K5 name for a while, the K5 is now on a new N3 platform that was first introduced in 2019. The K5 shares a platform with cars like the Hyundai Sonata, Santa Fe, Kia Sorento and other models as well, and now the K5 is lower, wider, and longer compared to the previous Optima model. Obviously, with the new change, we now have a completely new exterior styling. The exterior is very striking, especially from the front, and is highlighted in this particular paint color called Sapphire Blue. Note that not all trim levels within the K5 have the same color availability. The Sapphire Blue paint is available only on the GT line, EX, and GT. This particular EX trim slots in below the GT and starts at $27,990. You also have the GT line, LXS, and LX where those fall around and below mid $20,000. And now all-wheel drive is available on the LXS and GT line trims. In the front, the first thing that caught my eyes are these distinctive amber daylight running lights that Kia refers to as their heartbeat design. The signature Tiger Nose grille is bigger on the K5 where it now extends under the headlights. Look closer at the hood, you'll notice more pronounced lines that flow with the Tiger Nose grille versus the previous Optima hood lines were a bit more conservative. Down in the bottom corner, you'll notice the side vent is not actually fake and goes through. But moving to the back, we have fake exhaust outlets, and the real exhaust is hiding in the bottom right corner, and at the top we have these great looking taillights that go across the trunk, along with these cool looking LED dashes. Onto the side profile, you can see the sloping roofline near the back, giving the K5 that fastback profile. The K5 sits on these 18-inch wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 235 section width all-season tires, in which I was surprised to see. So overall, Kia did a stellar job with the K5 exterior, making it distinctive over other mid-size sedans in its class, giving it great road presence for a car under $30,000. The K5 still maintains a multi-link rear suspension while offering decent handling. Even on the twisty roads, for a mid-size sedan, it handles corners just fine, as most people with daily the K5 in the city or suburbs will find the handling perfectly suitable for their needs. Same goes for the ride comfort. It definitely doesn't ride as fine as the Camry, nor is the ride too firm. It's in a good sweet spot, which is totally fine. The steering is very light and responsive, and there's not much steering feel regardless of what drive mode you're in. I'm pretty sure most buyers wouldn't mind. I think the steering might be a bit too over boosted, so it gives off a synthetic feel. I wish Kia could dial it back just a bit, but that's just my personal preference and probably fine for the majority of people who buy the K5. As for brakes, they had great stopping power, and the brake pedal feels great and no complaints in that compartment. The K5 is powered by a turbocharged 1.6 liter engine producing 180 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. The engine provides good low-end torque that is great for day-to-day usage. You won't have problems getting up to speed or merging onto the highway. The K5 utilizes the active sound design, which enhances the engine sound during acceleration and gear shifts depending on what drive mode you're in. I'm not too keen on the injected engine sounds, but in the K5 it doesn't sound too bad. So if you're not into that, you can simply turn it off or adjust the active sound design in the infotainment settings. One thing to note, since the K5 is front-wheel drive, when you accelerate hard from a stop, traction control will kick in and cut a lot of power and can bog the car down for a brief moment. For a better takeoff, you can turn traction control off, and if you hold the traction control button longer, it will also turn off stability control, where you get an interesting icon of two cars colliding, and on a rolling start, the K5 didn't have much traction problems. Fortunately, there's no CVT accompanied with this engine, and we have here Kia's new 8-speed automatic. It performed well with smooth shifts and there was no gear hunting. If you decide to shift in manual mode, you have to use a shifter since there are no paddle shifters. The additional gear should help with fuel efficiency, which brings the MPG to 29 city and 38 highway, and the MVH on the highway is pretty good, so I could tell Kia made efforts in the sound deadening department. The K5 has 4 drive modes: normal, smart, sport, and custom. Pretty much driving dynamics are most apparent in sport, which the gears stay higher in the rev range. Throttle pedal is more sensitive to your inputs, and there's more weight to the steering. Normal is pretty much self-explanatory. In Smart, it adapts between eco, normal, and sport depending on your current state of driving. In Custom, you can individually adjust powertrain and steering by choosing between normal or sport. When you first sit in the K5, you'll notice the simple design of the cabin. Everything is pretty much easy to figure out and reach with unnecessary clutter. So overall, the ergonomics are great. You have a mix of piano black, a wood-like finish along with some satin chrome metallic, and these seats come in a leatherette material which provides good support and comfort. The menus in the instrument cluster are clear and easy to see, where you can choose different info like speed, drive modes, or other driving related info. In the center console, you've got wireless charging, heated and cool seat controls, heated steering button, and a drive mode knob. And the HVAC unit has a clean and simple design. I'm glad we still have these physical knobs and buttons for that. Up top, we've got a beautiful panoramic roof. You can choose to have it fully open or press the button again to have it opened at a certain point. And towards the dash, we have a large 10.25-inch infotainment. I like how the infotainment screen viewing is towards the driver and has a nice resolution which is easy on the eyes. The Android Auto and CarPlay is wired, however the 8-inch has the wireless Android Auto and CarPlay, which I find odd. Perhaps we'll have to wait and see if Kia will provide a firmware update to provide wireless connectivity to CarPlay and Android Auto for the 10-inch infotainment. Hopefully the hardware support for that is already there with the 10-inch. But still, I was able to seamlessly plug in my Android phone. There's really a lot of menus when you dive into the infotainment system. On the home icons page, you have shortcuts to nav, phone, UVO, radio, media, voice memo, climate, and even the sounds of nature. You can also edit the home icons to your liking. If you share your car with someone else, you can have different profiles so you don't have to worry about your settings getting changed. The sound system in this K5 is the Bose Premium Audio System, which performs just fine, and within the infotainment you can adjust your equalizer to your liking. You also have a long list of Kia driver aids, like for collision avoidance, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic collision avoidance, smart cruise control, and many more. So pretty much jam-packed with tech. One thing to be aware of is that the K5 doesn't come with ambient lighting. Kia does sell a kit for that if owners really want it, but it would be nice if it actually came from the factory. Also, what's interesting is that the K5 spec in the Korean market is equipped differently. For example, the gear lever is a dial, and they also have a digital dash, so they get all the nice goodies. I wonder if Kia is saving some of this for a K5 refresh down the road for the American market. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. For rear occupants, the K5 has 35.2 inches in rear legroom and 37.8 inches in headroom, which both are slightly less than its competitors in its segment, but still, there's ample space back there for most adults. Cargo air capacity comes in at 16 cubic feet, which puts the K5 in a competitive place, versus others where it's edged by the Honda Accord but only by a small margin with its 16.7 cubic feet and topped by the Dodge Charger at 16.5 cubic feet and the Chevy Malibu at 18.8 cubic feet. The Kia K5 is overall a great car. It's comfortable, relatively quiet, good low-end torque, great fuel economy, as long as you don't drive like a maniac, loads of features and tech. You also get the option of all-wheel drive on select trims, and most importantly, great value with what you're getting for a mid-size sedan for under $30,000. It's quite impressive to see this new iteration of the K5, which has evolved a lot. Now in its 5th generation, the K5 is doing a lot of things right. The big question is how will reliability fare with this new K5? Fortunately, it's backed by a great 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. And I'm looking forward to what Kia will add on to this new platform in the future. And I'm glad Kia has not given up on the midsize sedan segment. Thank you for watching, and also big thank you for Kia for allowing me to test drive this car. And I hope everyone stays safe out there, and I'll see y'all later.